Alright, we're back outside of my garage again. Looking at another, or not another, but the same 1050, meaning we have another Stanley. Let's see which one it is. Again, judging by the speed, you should be able to tell which one it is, and by how loud it is. So today we're looking at the Stanley model ST400 installed on the small door. So yeah, this one went out pretty easily. I just did the same way as the other Stanley. I just extended the backings there. Yes, my eyes are installed up there. No, I don't care. It should go back up. This thing is still a little bit temperamental as far as the force on it goes. And the reason I found that out, here's the force, and no, I don't care if I show the dip switch code. That code's temporary, and either way it's not going to matter because this is going to be gone by the time this video gets uploaded anyway. But it turns out that this opener actually has something similar to like the newer openers, like the linear even, that it will, so you obviously will set the force, but this thing can actually adjust the force slightly on its own. So I think that's why it keeps making the force lighter for some reason, which makes it randomly reverse during its travel. So I mean, you can tell I've got the closed force set a good bit higher than I do the open force, and for some reason I have to have it that way, otherwise it will just randomly go back up. It'll work for a couple cycles and then start stripping the force. So yes, the eyes are installed there. I've got all my wires bunched up here. Hopefully none of them get caught in the chain. They shouldn't though. And then there's the terminals. This does have capability for a 4-wire console. I actually am going to be getting one at some point. You can see ST400, 1995. So, and I did, for adjusting limits, I did the same thing as I've been doing for Stanley's. I just set it up so that the travel limits would be the way they were if you unpacked it new from the box and just set them from there. That's the original light lens. This rail is the rail from the 3220. I already had it put together, so I figured I'm not going to waste time putting its original one together. I just had it sitting over here in my nice pile of rails. Which these tracks, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, these tracks are going to be for making a short rail for the 70Z-1 and my commercial openers. So I'm going to maybe start building that this week. Maybe, assuming it's not as hot as it's been. So yeah, that's this 3220's rail. That is its original arm though. And I'm using just that button. That is its original button. So we'll go ahead and run this. We'll see if the down force, assuming the down force doesn't trip, we'll run it down. Yeah, so this thing is really loud. The case is vibrating a lot on it, and there's nothing I can really do about that. Yes, the chain is extremely loose. For one, it's supposed to be that way on Stanley. It's better for the tube rail. But also this one, I showed it when I had this on the mini door. The sprocket, there's a little plastic thing around the sprocket that is kind of broken. The machine still runs fine, but I left the chain loose to put less strain on that, and when this is up, I'm probably not going to run it very much just because I don't want to put any strain on that piece and potentially break it. Yeah, but I'll run this back up. The remote's not in my pocket, the remote's right here. It's a little quieter on the way up than it is on the way down. Yes, the chain drags on the door a lot, and I guess I just explained the reason for that. So let's run it from this button here. yeah, definitely a noisy machine, always has been. And actually, it wasn't that loud when I had it on the mini door, but for some reason it's really loud out here, and I'm not sure why. As the chain kind of catches on the door, I might tighten it up just a little bit, but should be all right. So yeah, that's the ST400, and I do think it is kind of interesting that they, it is pretty interesting that they have it, that it'll adjust the force on its own. I didn't realize these had that, which I'm curious how much force this will take to make the door go back up. No, that didn't need too much. Yeah, so even though the force is set like probably 3/4 of the way up, it still doesn't take very much force to make this thing reverse. So yeah, that's probably not good, but I mean, I'm not complaining. The machine runs, and then the light does flash forever on it, so let that stop. Yeah, so that's really about all there is to show on this one. You guys have seen this one before plenty of times, so yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later.